Hello, my friends, and welcome. It is the Battle of Arras. Arras. Okay. Our AI friend has 19 units, and 8 of them need to survive. Plus, we got 2 bridges and 4 victory hexes to grab. Seems reasonable to me. Alright, let's just fully repair everything. I think I had a couple of points of damage on my waffle, but I've got a big stockpile of that prototype, and it's not the greatest unit on Earth. Situationally useful. But that situation has passed. And it's now time to put it back to tank busting glory. Especially on a mission where it says, you know, oh, all you need is tanks. Right, first things first, let's ditch the recon crew. Stick them back down to their correct sizes. You know, ironically, if you find a consolidator hero, an uber stack of these makes for a better infantry unit than actually most infantry units. Right. Now, before we consider doing anything else, let's... Oh, I've got that stupid train. Isn't it interesting that there's actually a great railway path for it, but it's still useless? Okay. Let's switch this unit. It's quite low on experience, actually. Okay, alright. Let me just de-equip some stuff first. So what I want to do is shuffle them away. Or maybe I should bring them and shuffle the other ones away that are lower experience. We're going to bring one infantry unit because it makes sense to do so. Now the question is, do we want to train one up or do we want to just bring an infantry unit that's hardcore? Because I'm not coming with 0 infantry, right? I'm going to bring 1 super stack of infantry for busting this city. If I need to bust it. So then the question becomes which one to bring. And it doesn't necessarily have to be this one. Could be any unit, really. That needs some training. I mean, I'd almost be tempted to demote these guys to to boat pirates because of their low EXP. They don't have any medals yet. Let's bring this one. Let's bring one that... Let's try and get some of our guys to over 3, rather than bringing up a weak unit. Okay, so this is going to be our guy who smashes the enemy front line for us. Hit and run. Who does that currently sit on? Kind of want hit and run rather than no retaliation. Actually, I'm going to presume that it's there and there, isn't it? So it's on Galland and one of the KVs. Alright, let's go with no retaliation. This is a potentially very expensive unit, actually, as well. I'll go with reduced slots on this one and we'll just crank up the power. Okay, so that's our only infantry unit. He's going to be... He is going to be the one keeping us honest. Or keeping the enemy honest, really. Okay, fast loaner, fast deployment. This guy's nearly maxed out on experience, but then he's my only my only steamroller unit, artillery. At some point I am going to have to consider which units I'm using for the purposes of steamrolling. Right, let's amp up. Let's amp up the Galland. And his support. We once again have supply airports here, so we can make repairs as necessary. You know, once again, I'm more of a fan of I'm more of a fan of over-strengthening planes, especially against tanks. Just gives you a bit more penetration. Plus I have to deal with the situation that if I take damage, then there's going to be problems. Okay, so let's shuffle in the tanks. Gonna try and, as best possible, gonna try and steamroll some enemies here. Okay, so this unit is quite expensive in terms of slots and has great stats offensively. Because it's got rapid fire 1.5x built in. But it's otherwise inferior. So if this is going to be used, then it needs to shoot first. An aggressive counterattack to make that shooting first even more painful. Just getting no surrender on there as well. Sure, we'll train him up until such time as he's no longer useful. Okay, this Panzer 3F. I guess we can select him for for becoming a KV. Don't know if I should give him 15 strength. No, we'll keep the KV's standard strength. Oh, I do have a reduced slots available still. Okay, why not? Can make it distraction or no surrender. I guess no surrender will do. Okay. Let's set you up as a 3H. I hope I can get some more 3Hs, but I'm going to put no retaliation, envelopment, and overwhelming attack on this. So this is going to be my thief. Mark him in a different color so that I know. Because he's got a solid attack. 16 hard attack. So that's really good. So he should be able to penetrate anything. And then whatever he can penetrate, we can steal. And since my my theft tank is gonna roll with no retaliation, we're taking less risk of taking damage, which I would have to repair the hard way. Okay, in terms of these three, this one's got Survivor. It's quite cool. I'll have to do some cross-classing soon. Moving units that have gained experience and skills as artillery down into the tank brigade to get them steamroller, and moving tanks with steamroller up into the other categories. What do you do with this garbage, huh? Nothing. Distraction. Fearsome reputation. And river assault. We can shuffle this guy into disable units for us if necessary. Can't camo them. I keep forgetting that. There isn't really much else I've got tank-wise. I've got some stolen French tanks here. But once again, they've got weak armor. Of course, the Charby one is a solid piece of kit with great stats, except it moves at 2 miles an hour. Sure, why not? Let's put readiness on this so it will be vicious if it's attacked. Cheap replacements. Thing is, aircraft is like the one thing that's easy for me to repair because of the freaking supply hex airports, but they're not expensive. I guess this unit is expensive. I have no idea what to do with the freaking river assault. Do you know what? I'll put it on these two because these two count as infantry, and I might need them here on these two on this front. But this is why I brought this infantry along. So how much action have you actually seen? One overrun. Not much. Commissioned in 1939. Oh, that's funny. they've been sat out the war the whole time. Must have been like heaven to these guys. All right, these are too small, really. Tell you what, let's over-strengthen these boys and let's see if we can get them some action on this mission. Alright, so this fighter is totally maxed out, actually. Let me just see if I can, if there's any of my other fighters that really could do with some more flight time. These I just bought as spares, they've never seen action. Let's bring out this one. It's seen some action. I think what's important is that we share the experience points around and develop as much of a reserve as possible. I've said this before, but it's not going to always be sunshine and roses. You know, the early part of the war is really setting you up to stockpile veteran troops and build up a huge reserve of things. Once the war starts going wrong for Germany, you're going to suddenly find yourself needing to draw on your reserves of units. Okay, I bought a load of auxiliary scout planes, my favourite. Right, so we can't automatically deploy there, so we'll go Galland. Fighters in the middle. Tacticals to their sides. Then strat bombers. And then we'll add the scout planes. Just to fill in the area. Okay. Alright, so this area is all blocked off, so I want to get a scout plane over here as soon as possible to just see what is there. Where can I deploy? Okay. What I probably want to do is clear out this way first, then up, and then across, sealing off the river. We got 22 turns, it's plenty of time. This unit is going up here. Let's send the heavy artillery and the thief tank and the heavy anti-aircraft gun that way. Hopefully I can just steal whatever's not nailed down. Let's put the engineers here. They can go up and around this way. Once I've scouted it, made sure that that's not an insane plan. We'll have one scout car here as well, just so I can see what's going on. Well, I think the scout planes will show me everything I need to show, but the recon car will enable me to get bonuses here. Okay, so that leaves the front line, so we'll have the light. The light anti-air. My artillery. I'll say my fat ass KV, which counts as artillery. To get these fat ass units on the front line. One recon car. This tank doesn't need much training. It needs experience, but it doesn't need it doesn't need steamroll because it's already got it. So I'll put it here. Okay, it's very much an army of quality. We've got plenty of auxiliary slots left, and we can buy whatever we want as required. I need to get eyes on the battle first before I start doing anything harebrained. I've noted here that I have 3 air transports. I could buy auxiliary paratroopers and fly them behind the enemy lines here. So when I get to around this point and I'm engaging this city is easily encircled. You just have to have a unit here and one here, and then whatever your front line is here. So then flying a couple of paratroopers here and here would immediately encircle the whole city. That strikes me as a good idea. Do you know what? I will buy some junk. Scrimjäger. 2 sets. For that exact purpose. I won't use them immediately. Remember, you don't get a refund on auxiliary units, so I mean that's money wasted if it doesn't pay off. But it should pay off. I was tempted to just hold that thought until later, because I could have bought them in mid-battle. But whatever. Now, I actually think that's a good idea. So we'll get them back here somewhere, and we'll see what's defending these 2 towns, and then we'll come in to encircle the whole area. If I sweep from here across here and clear the area, and then sweep up as I bring that flank up, because Rommel's here. So as I bring this group here and sweep up, and then this attack group clears this area and sweeps here, I'm hoping to create a bucket here, and that would be when my paratroopers can just go flying in and just block. Literally here would be ideal, but here would work too. Here, 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 and here. You know, as long as there isn't like a million units there, I should be able to put some paratroopers in such a way that I have created an encirclement here. And obviously I can't repair them, so we'd be on the clock for as long as they last. Okay, that's it from my deployment. That is it from my strategy. Hopefully it works out. And I will see you guys next time.